Well, the wait is finally over. The absolute best players on the planet have touched down, and we are kicking off what's bound to be just an unprecedented footballing festival. Welcome in, everyone, to our tactical explainer for the opening match of the 2026 World Cup. I'm lead analyst Alex Carter, and sitting right here with me is our resident football expert, James Walker.
Alex, I am absolutely buzzing for this. The excitement is, frankly, off the charts right now. We've got this incredibly fascinating opening clash between co-hosts Mexico and South Africa. And look, this isn't just some ceremonial kickoff. The tactical layers we're dealing with here are super deep, and I honestly can't wait to break down exactly how these two match up on the pitch.
Right? And to really grasp what this opener means, we've got to talk about the sheer scale of this tournament. 3 host nations, the US, Mexico, and Canada. 16 venues, and a staggering 104 matches. Think about that for a second.
It's a massive expansion, just colossal. And it all kicks off with match number 1 right at the legendary Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. What's absolutely wild here is that the Azteca is making history, becoming the first stadium literally ever to host its 20th World Cup match. That is legendary status for sure. Now, Mexico were the clear favorites to top Group A, which also features South Korea and the Czech Republic, but they absolutely have to set the tone right here, right now.
So what does history actually tell us about these two squads? Well, they've clashed 4 times before. Mexico holds 2 wins, both in friendlies, dropping 4 goals in each of those. South Africa, though, they did claim a 2-1 victory back in the 2005 Gold Cup.
Yeah, but Alex, the standout stat, it's that 1-1 draw in the World Cup. Talk about poetic justice, right? Think back to 2010. South Africa hosted Mexico in the opening match of their tournament, and now the roles are completely reversed. Mexico gets to play the host in their absolute fortress, and South Africa are the ones flying in trying to play spoiler. You seriously could not script a better revenge narrative.
Let's get right into the tactics. James, how are the managers actually setting up their squads for this one?
Okay, so looking at Hugo Broos in South Africa, he rolls them out in a 4-2-3-1 formation roughly 62% of the time. You've got Ronwen Williams holding it down in goal, protected by that really solid double pivot of Mokoena and Siebold. But then, flip the board. Javier Aguirre has Mexico set up with this incredibly combative spine. Guys like Eric Lira and Alvaro Fidalgo right there in the midfield, they're going to be constantly scanning the pitch, looking to distribute quickly out wide to really stretch the game. It's a total classic clash of styles.
And that tactical battle, it's going to be severely tested by the environment. Because, let's be real, this is definitely not a neutral venue.
Oh, absolutely not. Tactics are great, Alex, but having actually played in Mexico City, I can tell you firsthand, the Azteca is a completely different beast. The physical toll is brutal. First off, the extreme altitude. It's literally double the elevation of Denver. You make one sprint and you feel like your lungs are collapsing. Then you mix that thin air with the smog and pollution cocktail of the city. Add in 85,000 screaming fans right on top of you. It's a total pressure cooker. South Africa knows this, which is exactly why they've been desperately trying to acclimate their bodies in Pachuca, another high-elevation city, just to prepare for the shock.
Let's dig into South Africa's actual profile on the pitch. I watched their recent closed-door friendly against Jamaica, and honestly, James, I think their attack is heavily underrated. They play this incredibly fast, direct style of football, and their combination passing in the final third, it's sneaky good. They can for sure hurt Mexico.
Look, I hear you, Alex. They definitely have serious pace. But let's be real here. The glaring issue is their erratic highline defense. They honestly just fall asleep at the wheel sometimes. They're sloppy, they get super disorganized at the back, and it's frankly too easy to play right through them. If you leave that kind of massive space behind the defensive line at the Azteca, Mexico's wingers are going to completely exploit it all night long.
So who actually exploits those flaws? It all comes down to the key matchups. Who are the guys most likely to find the back of the net today? For South Africa, you've got to keep your eyes locked on Oswin Apollos. He is a super dangerous number 7, operates mainly on the left, cuts inside, has immense vision, and honestly, he can score absolute bangers from distance. Up top, Lau Foster is that sneaky direct striker who feeds right off him. But over on the Mexican side, Julian Quinones is the wide threat who is just going to feast on that high defensive line we talked about. And right in the middle, Raul Jimenez. Now, Raul is going to get physically battered in this game, no doubt. South Africa's center backs take absolutely no prisoners, but Jimenez is the ultimate physical facilitator. He'll absorb those hits and perfectly link up the play for his wingers. Historically, set pieces were this glaring Achilles heel for Mexico, but the narrative has totally flipped. According to our sources inside the Mexican camp, this is actually now one of their biggest strengths.
It's a total transformation, Alex. They just scored their 9th consecutive set-piece goal against Serbia, It's a lethal weapon for them now. And here is the absolute fatal flaw for South Africa in this matchup. Their goalkeeper, Ronwen Williams. Sure, he might look solid at the club level, but internationally, he's kind of become a liability with rebounds. He hesitates coming off his line, and critically, he spills the ball. Up there in the thin air of Mexico City, where the ball already moves so differently, Mexico's going to test him from distance all night long, just waiting to pounce on those inevitable mistakes.
Well, that brings us to the moment of truth, the final predictions. Looking at all the data from the sources, the analysis is heavily favoring the host nation here. So I am locking in a definitive 2-0 scoreline for Mexico. The Aztec fortress, combined with that set-piece dominance we just talked about, it just seems like way too high a mountain for South Africa to climb.
Okay, I'm going to have to push back just a little bit on that clean sheet, Alex. Yes, Mexico absolutely has to win this game to control Group A, and they very likely will. But given South Africa's rapid counterattack and Apollos's knack for creating magic out of thin air, I think South Africa snags one on the break. I'm predicting a 2-1 victory for Mexico. It's going to be a tight, really chaotic game. And honestly, it'll probably be decided by a spilled rebound from Williams.
It's the classic irresistible force meeting the immovable object, isn't it? Can South Africa's rapid counterattacks silence the Azteca fortress, or will Mexico's set-piece mastery and that massive home field advantage prove to be too much?
Exactly. If South Africa can handle the altitude and the pressure, Mexico's gonna cruise. But if they catch him sweeping on the counter, man, we could be looking at the first massive upset of the 2026 tournament.
It is for sure going to be a must-watch opener. So, what's your take? Who do you have winning this one? And that officially wraps up our tactical explainer from match number 1 of the 2026 World Cup. Thanks for hanging out with us, enjoy the football festival, and we'll catch you next time for the next breakdown.